Livingstone, that's very interesting. Now, we've spoken in quite some detail about the importance of developing a business plan and getting a good idea that you're passionate about, and that comes through the business training and the mentoring. And we've also spoken about the importance of saving money and being able to do that through the savings and loan group. And a third area that we've spoken about is the whole area of personal savings, saving money personally, and the importance of separating your personal money from your business and not confusing the two, particularly in the case of Uganda, but probably all of us. And the fourth sort of area that has been mentioned just very briefly, and I'd like you to share some more about this, is the whole area of faith. Can you share a little bit about that?
Well, we tell them that it's important. People must not do a business that is contradictory to their faith. One of the most lucrative businesses probably in the developing world is to sell liquor and cigarettes. But we tell them that if you find you shouldn't sell something you can't consume. So we try to discourage them because it's important for them to do a business that is in harmony with their God. Business should not separate them from their God. We tell them that to do that. But we also tell them that if you've chosen an idea, pray to God. If the God wants you to do that, seek His opinion. Because every day you're going to ask Him to bless you. So if He wants you to do that, have a relationship. Keep God in your business. It shouldn't be taken away. And we normally we explicitly tell them that it's better to be able to know that God is on your side than to try and just seek money. But we encourage people to also, when they have gotten rich, this is funny, if we have gotten rich, to also give back. I tell them that when I go to train, I'm not expecting to get paid. I don't get paid. So if I expect that I'm giving freely. And I tell them that the people that also financed the training may be paid for my fuel to come for the training. Should also they paid free, so these people should also help someone else get out of poverty. We think that if we can create that chain, it's a responsibility that we have to each and every of our neighbor.
I think these insights are very, very, very helpful. These principles are very, very useful to many, many people. So could you just perhaps tell us a little about the demographics of the people that you're actually working with?
Well, we're working with mostly, the class is mostly made up of ladies, 60% and above. And I normally tell them that where are the men? Sometimes the men think they know a lot and they are so busy working so hard in businesses that sometimes they're not making enough money. So the normal ladies, you find that the class has a lot of married ladies. It will have, we have illiterates. They normally make up probably 15 to 20%, people that never went to school. And these are important to me because they are the group that I've mentioned. They have less choice. They either have the business that works out for them, or their goose is cooked, or they will starve. So these work hard. And I give them examples in Kampala streets that probably there are few professors that own buildings. So I try to encourage them that even myself, in as much as I have a college diploma, that's not too much education. And I tell them that in school, when I went through the marketing class, probably I learned two things that were more important, that I could have just studied those two and gone back, which is empathy and ego drive. The ability to be able to do things by yourself and the ability to feel like the other person feels. Those are the two important lessons I learned in the class. So
that's empathy
and ego drive.
Ego drive.
Yep.
Thank you very much, Livingstone. Now, we've spoken a lot about the whole area of people who are at the very bottom, the poorest of the poor, and how they can get some savings together to help further their businesses. And we also know that people who have a lot of collateral, they can go to the banks, people who are the elite, who are very wealthy, and there's money or loans available for them. But there's another area that's emerging, and it's the area that you're finding yourself in, and that's what you call the middle gray area. And I'd like you to share a bit more about that, because it's the importance, it sounds as if, getting multiple partners together to help work on this area. Could you just share a little bit more about that?
Well, that's what we've found, that my advice to the people that are intervening, especially in there is what we call abject poverty. Somebody can hardly afford anything to eat. So even if you give him a seed, he's better off eating it than, because if he plants it, he won't live enough to be able to eat it. So if you are entering at that level, business training is useful, yes, but it's just a life skill. It may not make an immediate impact. We found that it makes an impact at what the class we call the active poor, the people that are actively engaging to find ways of making inroads out of poverty. So we intervened at that level, active poor. But then I go back to George, who has now 2 market stalls, and actually 3, and he's trying to expand and move into the emerging middle class, maybe even the middle class, the working class. So these people need help, but they are at that point where they are too much away from where they started from, yet too far away from where they need to go. They are in that level, they're in the middle journey, the middle gray area, and I'm one of them. I started a business when it was only employing me. Now it has 25 employees. When I started, I was outsourcing dry cleaning and laundry services. Now I need to buy equipment. But if I take too much risk, I risk taking the business down. Because if the bank gives me a loan of 35 or even 30%, I will not be able to, and they need me to pay back in 3-4 years, or maybe even 2. So I can't be able to do that. And I need to control the area. So now I have brought together people that are faced in this area. They are now, we are 25 and still counting. People that have emerged from the business training that we have had, and the friends that I have, and the connection. So we're saving a substantial amount of money for partners. We're looking for partners to partner with us, but we want to show them that we're serious. So we first putting our own money on the ground. We save between 25. Actually, this group saves $1,000 a month. I'm hoping that it will go to $2,000 very soon, a month. And if this money keeps accumulating, if we can keep this group together for the next 5 years, then it will create a lot of impetus. It will create a lot of available funds, so that the partners that can come to help us can find that we're already moving forward. Because actually these businesses are already growing. In this group, we employ over 150 people. We have supermarkets, we have physiotherapy clinics, we have cleaning businesses, we have school owners, we have people that are looking over the elderly. So I find that interesting, and that makes me work hard.
Livingstone, thank you so much for your time. I think it's been incredibly informative, and I'm sure our viewers will agree. We just really appreciate you being on this program and being over here with us in California. And I believe that many people are going to find this beneficial. So thank you so much.
Welcome.